Good morning. Morning, Dave.
How are you, Rob?
Good. How are you doing? We're ready to go in a couple minutes as people start to log in.
Excellent. You just tell me when.
All right.
All right, Rob, you promised good rock and roll. What's happening? Where we at?
Killing me.
No, you are killing me, man.
Oh, I gotta find my meeting. I just had it and then it disappeared. Oh, there we go. Too many browsers open. I know, Charles. All right. I'm gonna put on my list. I promise there'll be rock and roll next week for you. Charles.
Mistake when
Jeez, we're a little light. Where's everybody?
Here you go, Charles.
Thank you, Terry. You keep going. We'll do a couple more minutes here.
Gary, I really expected some Bob Seger.
You should have. I was blessed with some great tickets from somebody.
Oh, really?
Come to Papa.
Just mute me when you're ready, Rob.
All right. It's good. It's only 10:31 and I'm seeing people roll in, so. Got some good beats going there.
It's showing my age here.
No, it's the oldies are good. My son told me AC/DC was good.
Yeah. My husband and I will be celebrating our, 42nd wedding anniversary this month. We'll come up in April. And I remember listening to this song in my car on 8-track when we were dating. That's how old it is. Surround sound.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's funny. Congratulations, Terry. That's awesome. That's fine. When is your anniversary?
April 21st.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, we ours is July 28th, and we're going to be 25 years.
25. Wow.
Got a ways to go to catch up to 45.
Got anything planned?
We're looking at a couple things. You know, we were talking about, going down south and, but we're just trying to figure out what's going to happen with COVID, and try to plan all that. Cause like my son is off this Wednesday for a week and a half. So it's kind of early in the year. So we'll see.
By south, you talking about Capitola or Aptos?
I was thinking more like Palm Springs, something more like all inclusive. Celebrate our anniversary, get away from town. But we may just do that, Charles. We've done that. We were doing a remodel of one of our investment units that we're living in, and we stayed in a rental on the river in Capitola, and it was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I think like a 5-minute walk to the beach, and we could have our dogs. And we did that for a week, and it was one of the better trips we've ever had because it was just so relaxing.
I was there in Capitola last weekend on the river, 3-bedroom, 2 baths, 3/10 of a mile to the Esplanade, like right on the river. It's like if the river's the river, right?
Yeah.
It's awesome, and this was a great house.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think, let's see, you were in, so did you have decent weather then, or did you have a little bit extra fog?
We had a little bit of fog, but it would kind of come and go, know, and then it was, we had some wind one day where I went outside to eat outside. And it was little, if it wasn't windy, it would have felt good with the sun. Yeah.
Yeah. It's our season. It's coming.
Yeah.
Just getting better and better. All right, everybody, we'll go ahead and get started because we do have 2 guests today. We have a homekeeper is going to go over their app a little bit with us and some of the services they offer, which is included with your being a part of Keller Williams. And then we'll end the meeting with Aculus giving us some market data as to where, more accurately where the market's at, because we already feel where the market's at from all the stories I hear from you guys, especially with buyers. All right. So Dave, are you still on the line? And I'll go ahead and get you started.
I'm right here, ready to go when you are.
And then you want to screen share, correct?
Yes, please.
Okay. And then give me half a second here. I think I'm good. Let's see. All right. Go ahead and try. I think it'll let you just go.
Okay. Let's see. Yep.
Perfect.
Wonderful. All right. Shall I get started?
Yep. Go ahead.
Excellent. All right. Well, first of all, Rob, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. Hi, everybody. Nice to meet all of you. I'm Dave. I'm one of the co-founders here at Homekeeper. We've been working with Keller Williams since 2015. I've been to a bunch of mega camps, a bunch of family reunions. Fantastic company working with, and I think over 100,000 agents have signed up over the years, probably more, for Homekeeper services. So in the time we have here, which Rob, we're still talking about 10, 15 minutes at the max, right? Okay, I can't do a full feature review in that time. There's a lot of goodies in here, but I do want to let you know about the latest sort of iteration of what we're doing, in so much as we are now integrated with KW Command. That's the big announcement we made at Family Reunion. So we've been using, Homekeeper has been part of the Keller Williams universe for a long time, okay? And for the longest time, if you wanted to use Homekeeper, you had to separately upload your clients to Homekeeper right after putting them in your CRM. So before Command, you had to put in whatever you were using. And now with Command, you had to put it in Command and then put your clients into Homekeeper. We've eliminated that. Because of so many requests from agents, we are now integrated with KW Command. And I'm going to show you how that works very quickly. It's going to take me longer to describe it than it will take you to actually do it. It's remarkably simple, but I like to go over things to eliminate any questions. And once we go over this, I can open up for questions in the time that's left about Homekeeper generally. But don't forget, this is all free to you guys, all right? Basically, what we're trying to do is create an easy button situation for agents. You already have 10 million things going on. When it comes to driving value for past clients, we have a whole series of tools. It now starts with Moving Concierge and takes you through the life of the home. We're trying to automate as many steps as we can so you can go worry about the next deal, put out the next fire, do the thing you're working on that minute. So that's what we're trying to establish here, is just a simple way to set things up. To do that, we have established Homekeeper inside the Keller Williams marketplace, all right? I'm gonna put the link in the chat if I can find the chat. It's always a challenge for some reason. Here we go. To everyone, this link that I'm putting in here is how you find Homekeeper in the marketplace. I'm sure you could search for it, but the link might be easier. And essentially, you need to do 2 things. You got to put the Homekeeper app in your KW profile, and then you got to click on that button. So whether or not you have a HomeKeeper account currently, you got to do this, okay? Because you got to link your HomeKeeper account with KW Command, and then you're off and running, right? So here's what I mean. When you get to the marketplace, you'll find HomeKeeper. It may say activate. It may say try the free edition. It's a little misleading because there's only a free edition. There isn't a paid edition. It's all free. It's just the language you got to use in the store. Again, they make you purchase something for $0. Again, I don't know why. It just is the way it is. The point is it's nothing. Place the order. And then when you're done, you got to go to My Apps. And you'll see that there's now a HomeKeeper app in your KW Command platform. Again, it happens very quickly. This is all very easy to do. Once you are here, you need to now click on that HomeKeeper button. Whether or not you have an account, do this, because either it will recognize your email address as already existing in HomeKeeper and log you right in, or it'll prompt you to create a new HomeKeeper account. Now, if you have a HomeKeeper account but a different email address for Command, don't worry about it. At this point, just enter your HomeKeeper address, and again, it'll log you in. And if for some reason it misses entirely, don't worry about it. Just email us at support@homekeeper.com, and we will link the accounts for you, okay? So if you're signing up for HomeKeeper for the first time, again, this is very simple to onboard. It's your contact information. It's your market center. You'll notice everything we do is branded to an agent, so your headshot and logo are required as well. Once you add those, that's it. Again, it took me way longer to intro and talk about that than it'll take you to do it. Now you're done. Now your HomeKeeper account is connected to Command. So what happens going forward? What happens is, going forward, any client that you add to Command, we will, the next day, automatically invite them to HomeKeeper, unless you opt them out. So we're going to email you before we do it every time in the morning, and you have 24 hours to decide, you know what? I'm not sure this person really is right for HomeKeeper, or vice versa. Or you want to send that person to Moving Concierge. Now, a word on Moving Concierge, because it's still kind of new in our system. Moving Concierge for us means helping your clients sign up for cable, internet, TV, utilities, gas, electric, right? Home alarm. We now do all that for your clients, branded by you, all for free. It's free because our revenue model is that the companies that we connect the clients with, Vivint, AT&T, Verizon, Comcast, they all pay us to connect the consumer. So that's why it's free to you. It's not a catch. It's just a revenue model that we've happened upon that works. So we can give you free software and we get paid, and it's free to you and free to your clients. So again, the way this works is once you're connected, every day we check your contacts in Command. Anybody new from the previous day, we email you, we tell you, okay, we're now going to invite these folks to HomeKeeper, and you have a chance to opt them out. That's the whole system. That's it. One exception to be aware of: the very first time you sign up for this connection, on the first time we download your clients, import your clients from Command, we don't automatically invite them. It's the one exception to the rule, because what happens after family reunion is agents were signing up and we'd ping their database and it would be 500 people. And they say, well, I don't want to invite all these people. So the first time you sign up, you have to opt clients in if you want to invite them to HomeKeeper. That's the one time that happens. On an ongoing basis, it'll be opt out for you. Again, the idea here is the easy button, to set up a system that's working in the background with no additional work from you. And of course, anybody who invites a HomeKeeper gets the blogs, the home management app. You can use your vendor list. All the other goodies are still in the HomeKeeper universe. Nothing has changed. It's all still available for you. And just so you know, to give you an example, when you see the list of your clients that were invited, the list of clients that were imported from Command, you'll get an email and you'll land on a page like this, and you can say, opt them out of the HomeKeeper invite to get blogs, the maintenance reminders, all that stuff, or send them to Moving Concierge because they're under contract, or you can just leave it alone. And you can always go back to HomeKeeper and see clients that have been invited, clients that are in Command but have not been invited, and of course, pending invitations that'll go out in the next 24 hours. So there's flexibility if you want to dig into it and customize things. But there's, of course, the baseline, which is just click that easy button and forget about it. Set it and forget it is our goal. All right, that's the whole thing. That's it. Super quick, right? Why don't I do Q&A now? Any questions, any general homekeeper questions? We'll start with you, Rob. Is there anything that you had in mind that I didn't cover? You're muted. I can't hear you, Rob.
Thank you. I do that so that I don't interrupt you. And I'm okay to take a couple extra minutes. There are people on this call that have never even used the Homekeeper app. Okay. Could you briefly explain what it is?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
So Homekeeper has a bunch of tools. There are a couple of favorites, and I'm just going to quickly show you what the two most popular consumer experiences that are a part of Homekeeper. So now we talked about how you can invite clients, right? And when your clients are invited, generally speaking, they're going to land on a page that looks like this. They don't have to create an account. They don't have to log in. It's branded by you, and they have access to all the different tools in Homekeeper, including the moving concierge, and of course, a list of home service pros, because each of you gets to customize Homekeeper with your preferred home service pros. Your favorite painter, plumber, electrician, architect, preschool, car dealer, nail salon, whatever you want to share with clients, you can do it here in Homekeeper. Why? Because homeowners want a recommendation from someone they know and trust. If they got a hole in the roof, they can go find strangers anywhere. Years ago, it was the Yellow Pages, right? And now it's Angie's List or Home Advisor or Thumbtack or Porch. Those are all lists of strangers, and they can be found anywhere. Well, when you have a problem, do you want a stranger or do you want a recommendation from someone you know and trust? You want a recommendation. This is an opportunity to provide that recommendation and be there for your clients, solve problems for them years and years and years after they're in the home, i.e., you drive value, you stay valuable, you get more referrals. That's what we're sort of focused on here. So again, the client invite, preferred vendor list. And I wanted to tell you that all of this because one of the things clients can do is they can download the Homekeeper app. It's a home management app for iPhone and Google Play Store. The app you're looking at it here, again, clients don't have to do this, but if they do, this app is branded to you. It's your branding on the landing page. And inside is this directory of businesses that you've provided. Again, it's your list, not ours. We don't tell you who to recommend. We don't tell you who not to recommend for all the reasons I just described. And then the last two things I'm going to show you are, how do we stay in front of the client? How do we keep in front of them automatically so they remember all this valuable information, remember you? Two things. One is our maintenance reminders. Things like irrigation system startup. What, why, and how. Your branding. Vendors who can help with that. But more importantly, how do we know they even have an irrigation system that requires starting up? Well, we do a survey about the home. They tell us about their home. Single family. What kind of weather? What kind of cooling system? You can see that this is all point and click. Couple choices, bing, bang, bong. It's done. And now there's a customized branded drip campaign from you to the client, automatically, no additional work from you. Okay? That's the app. A couple other features. I just wanted to show you that. The last thing I want to show you are our blogs. All of you, when you create your Homekeeper account, will have access to this blog. What does that mean? It means that we write the blog. We write these articles twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays generally. So the minute you sign up, you're going to start to get these emailed to you every week. And we email them to you because that way you don't have to log in to get them. And secondly, they are specific to you. They have your branding in them. When someone clicks on it, it almost looks like you wrote it. So by signing up for Homekeeper, you have free blog content emailed to you twice a week. What do you do with it? You pop it right on your Facebook share button here. It goes right on your Facebook business page if you want. So now you have content with zero additional effort by you automatically. And also once a month, we email any client you invited with the best performing blog that month. Right? So just to back up for a second, what are we talking about? We're talking about a system that keeps you in front of your clients by focusing on them and branding the experience to you. All for free, all part of this system. And just the last two things, you can automate these blogs. They automatically go on your Facebook business page, and you can put them on your Command website or other websites if you use it through a widget. So your website always has fresh blog content that's branded to you. I'm just showing you an example of it. So here's this realtor's page, their website, and of course the blog is branded to her. So all this can be done through HomeKeeper. I got more, but again, I want to be respectful of the time. I just wanted to quickly give you the basics and also your ability to sign up. That's as fast as I can do it.
You're awesome, David. Would you be able to answer some questions in the chat? There were a couple of questions that came up. And then also if you could leave your contact info too, in case people have questions that they want to ask you later on.
So here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to put this in here. support@homekeeper.com. We have a client success team standing by. Realtors are our backbone. If you have a question, email support. We have a team standing by to help you. So don't ever hesitate about that. And yes, you can reach out to me. I just may be doing a demo, maybe a little while before I get back to you. I do these demos a lot. So definitely avail yourself of support or reach out to me. And of course, Rob has my contact information. Okay. Any tips on how to organize vendors in HomeKeeper? Any sample setups, use cases you can share? All right. Vendors can be very personal to realtors. There are folks who have their network of people and they're very specific about it. And they only have 1 or 2 people per category because they've been using them for years. Other people are just starting in the business and need help finding vendors. We can help. We have over 500,000 vendors have been recommended in all 50 states and every major metro area in the country. If there's a gap in your list, let us know. We can help you find people. In general, the industry will tell you you need 3 at least in each category. That's an industry rumor. I've never seen it in law. I have found that more than 3 is a chore. I think 3 is the maximum number of people you want to recommend. If I'm coming to you, think about it. If someone says to you, hey, you got a roofer, do you give them a list of 3 names with star ratings underneath them? Or do you say, here's the guy I used, right? That's what people want. They just want to tell you, they just want to know who to call. And they understand it's not a guarantee of the outcome. If someone recommends you, are they guaranteeing the work that you're going to do? Of course not. The idea is simply, who can I call? Where do I get started with this whole thing? So again, I think 3 is an industry rumor. 3 is a maximum in my opinion. Sometimes there's just 1. If there's just a contractor that you know is going to be responsive and is good, just recommend 1. If you think there are 2, recommend 2. But I think more than 3 is a chore. A long answer to a question, but hopefully it answered your question, Dimitri. Terry, and hopefully I said your name right. Terry, when the clients select, will they be spammed or introduced other alarm? No, absolutely not, Terry. We do not sell client data ever. Full stop. We are not in the business of doing that. It's not profitable. It's not good for us. If you guys found out we were selling your client data, you'd close your HomeKeeper account and you would never talk to us again. And that's how you should behave. So we don't ever want to risk that. We do not sell client data ever. We only reach out to people in the moving concierge where you've told us they're under contract to buy a home. We reach out and we are simply offering services. We never call up ADT and say, go harass this client into buying. That's a terrible model. We contact them and say, what are you looking for? What do you need? Here's what's available. And we help guide them through it. And if they say, no, thank you, that's fine. We're happy to take the next client rather than pound that other client into submission. That's just not a good business model. How many emails will clients receive from HomeKeeper per week? They will get at maximum 2 a month, a maintenance reminder if they sign up for an account, and a blog. And then timed up with the move, we have discounts. This is part of our merger with Move Guru. So we have discounts timed up to fit what they need when they need it. So for instance, before they move, they get a discount from Home Depot. Why? People spend money on their home around the move. The day of the move, they get a discount from Papa John's because everybody orders pizza the first night they're in a home because the kitchen's not set up. And then we send them things from Office Max, and then that tails off, and those discounts come once a quarter. So it would be less than an email a week. It's really a per month thing, and then a per quarter thing, Valerie. I hope that's clear. Dimitri, again here. Can we track when a client contacts a vendor, or is their contact info unprotected? They can just call them without us knowing. The latter, Dimitri. Clients can reach out to vendors because you're providing a phone number and we just don't know when they call the vendor. We have no idea if they've made a phone call or not, or if the vendor called them back or not. If they use our system and the messaging through our system, then we will know. And then we do put it in your account. We do have tracking in the account, if I can get back to it. Where are you? So let me just sign back in here for 1 second. Demo. Sorry. There is a client tracker here. And again, if a client uses the digital connection form we have here, we will track it. But if they dial up by phone, we're never going to know. So we can only share what we have. Okay. Can we get your info, David? Yes, I am Dave at homekeeper.com. But far more reliable, I'll put it again, at homekeeper.com. Another thing is we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/homekeeper. That is a channel that has videos, feature by feature, little short videos to show you how to use each of the different things in HomeKeeper. We didn't even cover everything in there so you can see it. Let's see. We have other questions.
I think, Dave, we're gonna shut her down there.
Oh, okay.
But number one, I appreciate you coming out here, and it looks like you've raised a bunch of eyebrows with all the good products you guys have going on. So thanks for coming. If anybody has any questions, reach out to Dave. It's a great product. It's just a great way to keep on your client's phone too. Because I have Zillow, I have this. Do you have a HomeKeeper app? No. There you go. So it's pretty cool. And now with what Dave showed us, there's so many different things now that just make it the easy button for you guys. So
Excellent.
So Rob, I want to say something real quick before Dave signs
do,
off.
yes.
So they have a feature where we can actually invite our vendors, so the people that's in our network, so they will get an invite to go in and be on as our preferred vendor. So it's another way to touch those within our networking group as well.
Excellent point. Sphere of influence marketing tool par excellence. Absolutely. Thank you, Terry.
Yes, thank you, Terry. I forgot about that. All right, you guys, I'm going to jump on. We got a couple of things we need to look at real quick, and then we will get to our market update. So,
guys, thank you very much. Thanks, Rob.
Dave, take care.
Bye, guys.
So our April birthdays. So when you have a chance, shoot a text or an email. Give a happy birthday to our birthdays for April. In our April birthdays, keep your eyes out on some cards coming from the office with a birthday. Our April anniversaries, some people have been here a while. It's so cool. Congratulations, everyone. Keller offers, as I said before, this is now in place. They have an online class, an on-demand class, as well as a class in April. But if you want to get on it now, you can do the online class, which I did. It took me, I think, a couple hours. I can't remember because I just did one after the other. And so now I'm certified. So if you want to get certified, check it out. They're very in touch with you. They'll show you the marketing material. They'll show you how to potentially win listings with this. So I recommend this for everybody. I mean, just to check it out. But especially when you have those clients where maybe they only need like $20,000 or $30,000 to fix up the home. Their home, they're equity rich, but they don't have, a huge salary or money in the bank to make those changes to the home. Here's your opportunity to do that for them and help them out. And then bold is here. It is a different kind of bold. So I'll be super quick with this. It's $3.99. It's 6 weeks. It's 3 hours a day. So we asked the teacher, who should take this? It's a good class to get skilled in this market, learn your scripts, accountability, build a database, mastering your craft. It's going to be more personalized, how it used to be when we took bold versus just a huge, massive class. So you'll get more one-on-one coaching and more conversation, more intimate. And the teacher is Carl Batiste. And I know quite a few of you have taken classes with him before, and he's amazing. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. He also does have a loan program to help you with the cost. And yeah, just wanted to give you guys all a heads up. And then this week, we have Michael Putnam with Success with Sellers. And then also we have Jason Abrams, who's going to do a listing business mastermind. And then we have scripts on Friday. Ooh, I like this. Nice slide. As we were just talking about, being prepared, having great conversations. Come check out our Friday 11. And then AJ, you quickly want to talk about your Q&A in Command?
Yeah, so this is really, I'm liking this quite a bit. I always have a couple of people who come in and we just go one-on-one with any problems that they have in Command or anything that they are working on. And it gives an opportunity for them to really be in a very relaxed setting and not be rushed into learning everything. So we just pick up questions and we talk about different things. In addition to this, Rob, I have, as you know, I've been doing personal one-on-one sessions with people, and those have been going really well. A lot of people have come in and have done half an hour Command sessions with me. I limit them to 2 sessions a week. And so, and then first come, first serve. And I'm going to put the link here for my scheduler in the chat. So in case you guys want to schedule. So the first 2 every week. And then what I do is I just stop that because that's all the time I have for a one-on-one session. So please take advantage. I know I saw Rob Layu, he is on the call. Hey, Rob, not to put you on the spot, but did you get some benefit out of that one-on-one session that we had this week?
Oh, AJ, you were fantastic yesterday. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you have questions, he's the man. Highly recommend, if you need any help with Command or anything, talk to AJ, set something up with him.
I had a lot of fun, Rob, with you, working with you. And I felt like we got a lot accomplished in that half an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, we certainly did.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. Just don't hesitate to set up with me, and we'll go over things very slow and just take care of things in technology. Thanks, Rob. That's all I had.
Perfect. Thanks, AJ. Yeah, there's just so many opportunities in Command. Definitely, use our resources to get a better understanding of the different complexities of it. There's just, there's so much automation that once you get it set up, you're set to go. I know our time is short. I'm just going to make a minute or two. Anybody have a just listed something that just came out that they just like to talk to about the group?
So my listing in Cambridge coming up on April 1st. So it is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500-ish square feet, almost 9,000 square foot lot. Great cul-de-sac off of Ross between Branham and Hillsdale. Great schools, Oster, Dartmouth, Branham. It's a home that has some updates to it, but ideally someone's going to want to go in there and put their own touches to it. We're starting with a marketing price of $1,250,000. Showings will start on April 1st.
Perfect. Thanks, Terry. All right. Just want to appreciate the closings that we've had, as you'll notice. So good job, everybody. Woohoo!
Rob.
Yes.
I just got a new listing. It's on the market. It came out.
Go ahead, Lupe. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
I have a new listing that came out on Saturday, so 3 days ago, in Gilroy. It's 9033 Rancho Hills Drive, 5-bedroom, 3-bath. It was built in 1996, and it's $930,000. A lot of upgrades. Beautiful home. So bring your buyers.
Awesome. Congratulations, Lupe. That's great.
Thank you.
All right. more closings. You guys are having an amazing month. You know, I'm so impressed with being in such a challenging market that this just all this great activity happening. Nice, everyone. All right. Our second guest, AccuList. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Rob. Good. How are you?
Doing great. The floor is yours.
Oh, nice. Come on and just bombard everybody. Hey, good morning. Oh, good. Yeah, good morning. I'm all turned around today, guys. Hang in there with me.
I'm here for you, Michelle. Don't worry.
Yeah, like I always get in trouble when I say good morning and it's good afternoon, and I'm really trying to get it together. But yeah, no, good to see you guys. It's been a little minute, but I have some really great updates for February, which is interesting as we're so close to March data coming out. So I'll try to put some things in as I can, but it's not the end of the month, nor is it normalized, but ooh, is it hot out there? Just listening to that. And peace, I can tell you, that's what we're seeing. So I'll just go through and
hey, Michelle, Mark here, you're in presenter mode. I wonder if you could blow that slide up for us. There we go. Thank you.
I shared the wrong screen, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're a giver. We all know.
Gotta look at my notes. So we're gonna get it together. Here we go. So median prices, right? Oh gosh, I mean, it's challenging. I think Rob is a great word for what's going on out there, because this is pretty intense. If you see, this is the last 4 years of prices, right? Just to show people what's going on out there. I mean, I know, you know, if my neighbors ask me what's going on out there, then I can only imagine what you guys are having to talk about on a daily basis. And I think this graph really shows you that even 2018, which is a great year in real estate in Santa Clara County, just was dwarfed by the end of last year, right? So you see that goldish tan line on the right-hand side, and you can just see just about from July on, right? Really strong prices, nothing all-time or anything like that, just really strong, kept it going right through December. And then you can see with that orange, you know, even with only 2 months of 2021 so far, we're just really outpacing normal patterns in terms of, you know, prices and sales. We'll look at those here in a second. So yeah, an all-time high price for median single family homes in Santa Clara County. So that was 1.486, which is higher than the 1.454 that we saw in March of 2018. So it wasn't all time. I mean, I've been going like telling everybody I can about this graph. Now hang in there with me. I know AJ is going to enjoy it because I know he likes this kind of stuff, but for the rest of you guys who are like, ugh, hang in there. Here's what it is. It's 3+ years, right, of median sale price, but also with inventory. And it shows very clearly here that in Santa Clara County over the last few years, you know, this is not a whole lot of inventory any of these years, but look what happens on the very left-hand side of the graph when you see that last all-time high price, and the very right-hand side of the graph, where you see that the lack of inventory, what's left at the end of the month there, really can put upward pressure on prices. And so it's very indicative of that's how you get these all-time prices, right? You just have less inventory and it just pushes them up. And so, you know, this I think is a very great, I think this is a great way of explaining to people, look, you can see it even visually, right? So it's one thing to hear it, it's another thing to see it. And so this is really clearly happening in Santa Clara County. Now, the question is, are we coming in with enough new listings, you know, to move the needle?
Michelle, thanks for pointing that. Yes, I would like that. Can you go back to that previous chart? I have a question for you real quick. So when you look at 2018, that max price, max median price, and then you come to 2021, February, the median price, what is the difference there in terms of actual numbers and percentages?
So it's the new one, February is 1.486 is where it ended up, and March of 2018 was 1.454, so about 30,000.
Thank you. Yeah, that because I've been using that as a metrics for a lot of my clients to say, hey, look, I mean, even though we look like it's all hell is breaking loose and prices are going up, keeping in perspective from 2018 max to now, we are literally almost flat, a little bit higher.
Yeah, no, marginally. Marginally. Yeah, you're right. And it's happened before, right? So people think, oh, this is out of control. It's like, no, it was just 3 years ago that we were talking about these same things. So, it's tough. People are worried. This is the biggest investment they're going to make. They feel pretty handcuffed by what's going on out there. And it's high, right? It has been, it continues to be. But it's not an unusual phenomenon. Santa Cruz County, Monterey County, San Benito County, San Mateo County, all had all-time highs, right, in the last 6 months. San Benito, Santa Cruz, Monterey having them last month. I mean, it's happening all around us, and March so far just looks really tight. I mean, I think a day ago, right, market was in the 1.6 million median, right? So if the month ended yesterday, it would have been an all-time high at 1.6 for the county of Santa Clara. So that is really, I mean, I thought something was wrong for a second. I was like, call engineering. we have troubles. But it's literally off the charts. I mean, I'll be back next month, to tell you guys more about it. But, unfortunately, new listings, we're just not seeing them come on. I mean, this is the time of year we expect them to come on, but we're not seeing them come on at a pace that would be, exceptional. And so then what do we see? Not only are prices high, but the sale to list price ratio, look at that. We hadn't seen 106 since the pandemic started a year ago. And we hadn't seen it in all of 2019, rather subdued sale to list price ratios in 2019. So this is 2018 like as well. The county, if you remember, went to 111, 112% as a county in 2018. So this is not even as high as it can go. It's just reminiscent, right? It's headed that way. I think when I checked yesterday, it was 110% so far for March. So we really are starting to see that sale to list price ratio. So it just means, not only are people paying more over ask, but they're also being forced to pay higher prices. It's a different story when one or the other is going down and up and it's fluctuating, but that's not really what's happening. I mean, it depends on where you are. So this is jumping into cities, and anyone else, just like AJ, jump in with a question or stop me or just scream out loud. I know it. I know you. I know we all want to. If you have anything to say, jump on in. But these are median prices for the cities, right? So this is all of the positive year over year change. That means compared to a February ago. And so that's a lot of price appreciation. I mean, it's just Februaries are generally pretty good. It's just that with no seasonality, no December, no low points, no nothing, we just ramp right back up. And you can see it here. Now, some of these, Los Gatos, I think that's an all-time high price on 33 sales. Saratoga, also an all-time high. Morgan Hill, I think that's an all-time price. Los Altos looks like an all-time high price. Cupertino is really high. Mountain View 2-year high price. San Jose an all-time high price, barely. But I mean, as you go down the list, these were really exceptional numbers in some of these cities where you saw a lot of price appreciation just year over year, but even month over month too, right? Because if it's an all-time, then we haven't seen that before. This is for you guys because I know you're working that San Jose market. Heard some of those coming soons and things or new listings. I mean, San Jose is a status test, so I try to bring this to you when I can. And you can see here only central San Jose, right? That was a little bit better a year ago. That's all that's saying, 4% marginally better in general. San Jose and the surrounding areas are doing really well. In terms of home, and this is, some like Willow Glen had a hard time for the last couple of years, or we hadn't seen some of these prices in Cambria and Willow Glen, even Campbell. So seeing a lot of price appreciation, and then the common interest, right? Let's not forget about common interest, 850 at the county level, right? So in February, 850,000, and so we saw a lot of that. And this is not the new builds, I'm surprised Mark didn't pipe in and say, Michelle, new builds. But we don't get those. So can you imagine? This is probably actually higher because of some of those, new builds that are coming on, both Milpitas, Santa Clara, San Jose. So just finally, right, the common interest market in Santa Clara County had done marginally well. It had not done nearly as well as single family home market in 2020. And finally see some kind of a rebound, which is means your buyers are, going to be out of luck here in a second.
Question, Michelle, on common interest, can you break it out further? Do you have data to break it out further on the common interest?
Data to break out what farther, AJ?
Common interest is, I'm thinking what you're talking about is townhouses, condos and things like that.
Condos and townhomes, those two.
Townhouse, is that, do you have further breakout of townhouse versus condos at all?
No, we consider it a class. No, yeah, we put them together and put it all together.
And the reason I ask you is because that data might show some more of this thing as to like where townhouses are versus condos are, because the condos, the condo market with common areas like with hotel style condos are suffering a little bit, and
seems like it.
Yeah, but the townhouses are doing okay. So, that's more space and stuff like that. So that's the trend that I'm seeing. That's why I was asking you. And the other interesting thing is, if you see down this list, any place, again, suburbs are far outpacing the more urban areas, even in common interest. So every place where you have spaces, things are going up a lot more. Seems like
I don't
Saratoga,
think
Cupertino, and things like that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the need for space. We've all been cooped up for so long. I mean, is it a wonder? Does anyone know what the median price in San Benito County is? Where Hollister? Anyone? 700,000 median. So, I mean, yeah, there's people want space and they're willing to pay a premium for it, right? So that's almost $150,000 of a price appreciation over the last year in Hollister. So, I mean, people are totally paying a premium, and that's why we hadn't seen some of those prices rebound so much in the common interest. But I mean, let's see, we're going to look at new listings here and talk about, are there enough coming on the market to move the needle? And I don't know that that's the case, because it's higher than usual. Look at this February over February in terms of where there were more new listings this February than last. I mean, those are great numbers. If you look at the area, right, just Berryessa and Santa Clara, the MLS area, not the city, saw fewer, but this means, those sellers are saying, wow, these prices are so great, we've got to get on the market. So we're seeing the cycle move up a little, quicker than we usually do for those sellers to take advantage of this market. This is where I'm going to say, AJ, I mean, this would be where it'd be nice to know that split, right? Because that brand new community out in Milpitas, that one they're building out on Kiefer near our old building. I say old because they won't let us in it. But, all of these things are happening where you're saying, wow, these are great. And we're not even getting the new build. So will it put downward pressure on prices? We'll have to see. It sure doesn't look like it. I mean, just as we come into this last slide, I know, Rob, you wanted a kind of a quicker in and out. So I'll try to wrap it up here for some questions. But in terms of sale to list price ratio, this is where I think this is kind of the bigger deal in Santa Clara County right now, because, these are some pretty high numbers that we hadn't seen in a while. 109 in Milpitas is a 3-year high. Gilroy matching an all-time high that they also had in December. Cupertino at 110% is a 2.5-year high. I mean, these are some really pretty significant, and these are on higher prices. So, saying the underpricing and then having it come up way over, it's maybe happening out there in terms of a strategy. But what you're saying is, you're going to not only pay that pretty hefty price, but you're going to look, it's pretty competitive out there. And so these are the numbers where I think this is the bigger story, because it's much more reminiscent of 2018 than we'd seen in a while. And even as I break it out into area, you can see here that we do get a little bit of a distinction, right? So that Willow Glen price may be coming down a little bit on sale to list, but still over 100. Los Gatos, Monte Sereno off that all-time high price. So, maybe in some of these more luxury markets, you can get a break. We've seen that on the peninsula a little bit too, but in general, it's tight. And even in the common interest, look at that. So don't get nearly as wide of shifts for sure in the common interest, but the county is at 102. Highest we've seen since April of 2020, right? So we hadn't seen that for a while. I mean, these are a 2.5-year high. Los Gatos 104 matches the 2020 high. I mean, these are, it's really coming back, right? It's really coming back, and that's the kind of thing. I mean, this market's changing a lot. I wish I could have had March data, because it's kind of out there. It's just not set yet. But a couple of things that I think are available to you guys that might be helpful. As we get into the heavy sales season, people are really keeping their eye on what's going on. I don't know if you guys know, but Aculus is providing weekly data by county, right? So every Tuesday morning, we provide this chart, and it's new listings, pending, sold, and it compares to last year and the year before. Because 2020, we realize, right, is not the best comparison year. So we're looking at it, and you could say, look at those new listings. So for your buyers, right, feeling really fatigued or maybe kind of frustrated, you're saying, hey, look, we're getting maybe sometimes upwards of 200 more listings a week than we've gotten in prior years. Maybe there's something out there for you. You know, these charts come out, like I said, every Tuesday. So you can always know, kind of keep in on what's going on. You can see the pending there and the solds. I mean, it's just really taking off. So we do this every week to make sure you guys can stay in the know. If you're interested in finding it, it's up at the top of Pro. So the Aculist weekly market update. This is where you do it. And then of course, Aculist market report. So if you're looking by zip code, if you're looking for a little bit more information on common interest or anything like that, we have all of that. It gets updated the night before. I'll remind you guys that. Like December, not a huge deal. April, huge deal. You want everything to get included. So don't forget, you get the 3 free there. So, I mean, oh gosh, I'm going to stop sharing.
Michelle,
it's tight.
I have a request for you for next month. And this is something you pointed out in like your second last or third last slide is, yeah, we know that when the market and the inventory is very tight, then you list low and then you try to get very high prices, right? And then you, in the same vein, you said like, no, look at Willow Glen where that's not happening as much, list to sale price ratios and stuff. A correlation between where the inventory is rising and where the list to sale price ratio will give us a very good insights into when agents start listing almost at fair price versus when they know that the market is very tight, like in a Sunnyvale. And in Saratoga, you were listing so low, and then you were getting 500,000 or 400,000 over asking. Mm-hmm. So that was my takeaway, that list to sales price ratios come down when the inventory rises a little bit because agents start marketing at a much more fair price. They're more closer to a fair price value, kind of. So it'd be interesting to get your take on that, Michelle.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, but I was telling Mark that, you know, Santa Clara County is really strange in that supply and demand, right? So I was just showing you that graph and said, here's the answer, it's supply and demand. But the only thing about Santa Clara County is that a lot of times when we see new listings come on, because inventory, we're at a month, right? We're at a month to sell is a month, right? We'll run out of inventory in a month, right? At current pace. So, you know, you would run out of inventory in a month. So we have very little inventory. And when people come on the market, when homes come on the market, actually sometimes the price goes up. And the reason is that buyer fatigue is real. And people say, I'm not spending my beautiful Saturday getting outbid by somebody to go look at a house. I'm going to sit it out. And then they see more come on. Everybody aggressively goes after those. And we actually see prices and sale to list price ratio rise. Gotcha. So that has happened before. It happens almost uniquely in Santa Clara County. We don't see it happen other places. Your supply and demand, common sense, we studied it for years and years and years, AJ, and it just doesn't work here for whatever reason. And gotcha. So we'll see it in a Santa Cruz market, we'll see it in a San Mateo County market, but here it just lures people out.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Thanks,
I mean,
Michelle.
Yeah,
good insights. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's the data, right? I mean, you guys know what's happening out there with the listings, and we hear the offer situations and we hear the frustrations on behalf of the buyers, and then the data just totally backs it up and matches it. So we know that it's tough out there right now. And like I said, doesn't look like any, I mean, unless something really changed, I'd be surprised. It's going to be an all-time high in March data as well. It's just a matter of how high. And if we're looking at 1.6 with 110 sale to list, you guys, that's rough, right? So yeah, I'll be back in a month to confirm or deny. This is being recorded. So
Michelle, I had a question.
Yeah.
I'm doing a live stream 3 days a week, and I just wanted to make sure that we're okay to use those slides on the live streams.
Yes, my slides, your slides. We provide them to Rob so that he can distribute them. We'd love for you to keep the attribution, you know, the date that it was pulled, or else you're going to get like, no, it wasn't, it was 4.4 million. Well, the data changes over the course of the month. So if you could keep the date and the attribution of MLS Listings Aculist, that would be great. But yes, any report that you get, the Aculist weeklies that you download, any of these slides that we put together for you, please use them. I hope they're helpful.
Awesome.
Yes, Michelle, they are very helpful. I have a quick question for you. So the weekly market update, that's awesome. I mean, and that's super cool. So if I wanted to do one a week, I could pull 3, and then the 4th week I'd have to pay. Is that right? Or
So I'm glad you asked that. So the weekly is just a free service. The
Okay.
MLS says, hey guys, you know, because we were daily. I don't know if you guys knew that, but at the start of the pandemic, we were providing daily stats for about 102 days.
Oh, geez.
I remember that because no one could go anywhere, but we couldn't go anywhere anyway. But every morning we were putting together stats, and now we're not so much in that market, but we have the weeklies totally separate. Go to Pro, click on any county. The 3 free are the branded market reports.
Okay.
City, zip code, MLS area, you know, those are the ones where you pick 3 and then the 4th one. But I'll tell you, give me a ring, call us. We're not trying to charge you for like 2 reports a month. You know, if you just need a couple, or if it didn't quite come out the way you thought, let's use them. Give me a call.
Okay. And just one more thing. Thank you so much, Michelle. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to put this report together for us, to spend time in our team meeting. So we just really appreciate you do that.
Oh, thanks, Rob. Yeah, we'll be back next month. And gosh, it's going to be interesting.
It will be. All right, everyone. I agree with Michelle, because I think we may have even hit a record at the end of this month of the number of contracts written and accepted. I think we're over 100. So we'll see, because the month's not ended yet. Any last minute things anybody wants to bring up? We've got about 6 minutes.
Hey guys, I just wanted to make this available. Like I said, I am doing the live stream, and if there's anybody that wants to come on and talk about their listing, take 5 to 10 minutes to talk about their listing. I'll make it available on Wednesdays or Fridays, and we can set up a time to do it.
Cool. And Charles, if you wanted one of the meetings, we could, if you let me know ahead of time, we could bracket maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and you can show us what it looks like.
Got it.
That would be great. We'd love to see that.
One quick note on that, Charles. Also, you're doing that live stream, and I keep coming across them also on Facebook when you do Facebook Live. Is this something that you are able to share with the Market Center and tell us how you do it and how you got started and stuff like that? That would be amazing for a lot of people.
Sure, we can do it with what Rob was saying.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be amazing to learn from you as to how, and mastermind with you as to how you do it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's take it offline, Charles, and let's see what works in your schedule and get you on the calendar.
Got it.
That's a good deal. Cool. Thank you, AJ, for asking that question. That's a great question, because he's getting you're getting a lot of great press out of that. All right, everyone. Hey, will everyone have a great week? Thank you again, Michelle. And then I think Dave might be off the call. We appreciate him coming on, showing us Homekeeper. And you guys have a great week, and then we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.